Okay, so because the artists are cranking out orders all day, we decided to make the interface for them very, very simple and very straightforward. So the training video on this is going to be very simple and very straightforward because there's not much to it. So I'm going to actually start back in the distribute tab, and I have a manager account here and an artist account here. So I'm just going to go and distribute the work to this artist account. This way you can kind of see the flow and see how the artist receives it. So for this example, let's just take 1, 2, 3, and 4, and let's hit assign staff. So I made an account for this. I made it just artist helper. So we're going to come here and we're going to select. And then you can see after it loads that we now have 4. And you'll see here that those 4 have disappeared. And we're good to go. So let's go to the artist page and let's refresh. Okay, so here are the 4 that are assigned to us. So let's quickly go over this side panel for the artist, and then we'll kind of go into downloading the pictures and uploading the proof. So your first tab is assigned. Very simple. It's just basically however many you have assigned to do in the day. The second one is going to be batches. So in order to retrieve these pictures and complete a pop art, you have to download them to your computer and extract the files, which is what we call a batch. Escalations, we've talked about escalations. So if there's an issue with a pop art that the manager wants to address, or maybe the manager has to give you a special explanation on something before you do it, that's going to show up in escalations. Notifications, again, very similar. It's going to be the same kind of thing, just inner chats, maybe with customer service. Artists do not speak to customers, so you're never going to have any customer notifications here. And then message board, we're not really using this as just a dashboard for updates and stuff like that for the company. Typically, we use Slack, but the features here. So really, what they're going to be dealing with most of the time is going to be 1, 2, and 3, because typically to communicate to an artist, it's going to be either through Slack or through an escalation. So notifications they don't really use. So as you can see right now, the only thing we can do here is pretty much escalate something back. Um, there's really no reason to escalate something back right now at this moment, because if you're an artist, basically look coming into the day, this is showing you that the manager thinks these can get done. So at least try them, extract the picture, try them. If it can't get done, then you can escalate it back to the manager and say, listen, this is not going to work. So that's why we're not really going to use any of these right now. You typically want to try the pop art first before you escalate something back. So how do we get the files? Well, we're going to select all or drag, right? And now you can see this little download file comes up. So now you can download the batch. And now this is pretty much going to show you any order notes that are associated with the customer. So please add the toy in the picture. So now we can kind of know before we get into it that they want the toy in the picture. And if you don't do this, you can also see these. Delete, select all. Okay, you can see it right here. So if you click this, you can kind of see the order note, and you can see these 3 don't have an order note. So that's kind of, but when you start to have like 40 a day, you may not notice this. So that's why this is kind of a foolproof way of kind of just when you go to download your batch, it'll let you know. You'll confirm and hit download. So it's going to create a zip file, which you can then open up. And here's all your orders. And you can see here it's got the order number and the product name, whatever the product is. And you'll see here, basically that's all they're really showing you is the order name and product number, which you typically just need to know this, because depending on whatever crop you need to do, it'll associate with whatever product you have. Um, so let's talk about uploading a proof, which we'll get into in the next video. Let me do a pop art real quick, and then we'll go ahead and upload one of these proofs.